Hey everybody, so this video is going to be a follow-up to my before and after dentures video. So to all of my subscribers and everybody that's been following me this long, this is probably full of all kinds of information that you've already gotten from the rest of my videos. So I wanted to do a follow-up for that particular video because it is by far my most viewed video on YouTube. It's got like 250,000 views at this point, and so I get a lot of traffic coming in from that specific video, and a lot of my messages are coming in from people who just saw that video and haven't really, ventured off to everything else I've done on YouTube. So I wanted to share with people what's been going on for the past couple of years, and then just kind of reflect back on that video and give a new perspective on things. So um, number one, I was pregnant when I shot that video. I was like 7 months pregnant, very pregnant, and that's why I was breathing so hard. So, yeah, I was 28 at the time. I'm now 30. So, I think that the number one, like the biggest thing with that video was the fact that I showed pictures of my teeth and how they looked before I got dentures. And so I want to spend a couple minutes talking about that. That was probably one of the hardest things I've ever done in my life, and I've done some pretty tough stuff before. I mean, that was very, very difficult. And for those of you who are coming from that situation, like, you understand how that is. Like, you can only imagine. Like, this is something that you hide from everybody. Like, you hide it from your spouse, your, friends, like lifelong friends, people that you've like been with like your whole life. Like, you hide it from everybody. And so for me to get up on like one of the most judgmental places on the internet and just blast that to the world, like worldwide, everybody, hey, look at this. It was very, very scary. It wasn't something that, I just jumped into on a whim. And so there was a few reasons as to why I did that. Number one, I felt like me putting that out there could help other people. Like, I felt like I had spent a lot of time back then searching online for just something, somebody to relate to. Like, is there anybody out there that is normal that is in this situation? Because I couldn't find anybody. Like, I could not find anybody just showing that to make me feel like, hey, you're not the only person in the world going through this. I couldn't find anybody like in my life situation that was going through that. And so it felt very isolating that, I can't open up to the people close to me about this. I don't know anybody else going through this. I can't connect, and I want to, because that's what we do. We want to know that everything's going to be okay. We want to know that we're not the only people experiencing this. And so I thought by putting that picture out there, people would understand that, no matter how bad you've got it, somebody out there has it as bad or worse than you do. So that was one of the reasons. Another reason is because a lot of people found it hard to believe that I had come from such a hard place. Like, like all people really saw was me up there with my dentures and everything. And so I guess people assumed maybe I embellished the truth a little bit, and I wanted to show everybody that, I know what it's like. Like, you can't tell me, oh, well, you have no idea, you're a pretty girl, like, you don't know what it's like. Like, you look at those pictures and I know what the deal is. So that was another reason why I did it. And then the third reason, which I feel like is the most important reason, so pay close attention, is because there is something magical that happens when you throw your flaws out there, when you expose everything and you just lay it all out on the table. Like, you're not held captive to it anymore. Like, nobody can hold that over your head anymore, because, like, I put it on YouTube. There, it's out there. Like, nobody can ever, like, dig that up from my past and say, hey, I have these pictures, I know where you came from. Or, not that anybody would do that, but just to release that, to not have that pent up inside of me anymore. It was just like releasing a burden. Huge therapy. Huge therapy. So that's why I tell a lot of people, who are going through this, like, don't keep it a secret. Don't keep it inside. Like, I understand the desire to, Trust me, I get it. But I also know, like, when you keep things like that to yourself and you don't tell anybody, you've always got it in the back of your mind. What if somebody finds out? Like, it's that deep, dark secrets, the skeletons in your closet. Like, what if somebody discovers this? And you can never really be at peace. I didn't have that problem. Like, from the jump, I got up on YouTube, told everybody about my dentures. I made that video. I showed everybody where I came from in the past, like how bad it was and everything. Like, there's nothing anybody can say to me to knock me down because I took control of it. I put it out there. Boom. So that's another reason why I put those pictures up there. And, there has been comments on my videos about potential drug use, and I'm going to tell you right now, absolutely not. I'm a hypochondriac. I cannot even stand to take medication when I need it. When I'm in excruciating pain, it's hard for me to even take pills because, like, I don't like the way it feels. I don't like feeling out of control, so absolutely not. But, a lot of people that watch my videos, well, not a lot, some of the people that watch my videos actually are recovering drug addicts, and, like, who are you to judge them? Like, you don't know what they've been through in their life, so, like, knock it off. So anyways, so the video was shot, like, after I got my final set of dentures. I had all of my extractions done in December of 2010, and I immediately got a pair of economy dentures. They were, the cheapest possible dentures that you could get. They're the ones that are put in immediately after extraction, so you don't have to go without teeth. You have those dentures for a while as you experience the changes in your mouth, gum shrinkage, stuff like that, and then you go back and you're fitted for your final set, which is not your final set for the rest of your life. I mean, you'll have to replace them as needed, but these you're doing away with your transitional dentures and getting like the real deal. And so that's what I had just gotten. And you could tell in the video, like, I was beaming, like my confidence was like, way up there because I had like a really attractive smile that I was like 100% happy with. Like, I was totally happy with that smile. The color, the shape of the teeth, the way my face looked, like everything was just like on point, and I felt great. And so I wanted to share with everybody, how much your self-esteem and everything could improve, and to show, where I had come from, show my first set of dentures, and then show on to my final set of dentures, and like what a dramatic change it can make in your appearance and your self-esteem and everything like that. And so, I'm the first one to vouch for the fact that dentures can be very glamorous and they can make you feel great and everything like that. But I need to, like, throw some caution out there and say that dentures are glamorous in the same sense that a wig can be glamorous. Now, let me explain. If you lose all of your hair and you don't want to go without hair, you want hair, but you can't have your own hair, you go and you get a wig, and it restores your dignity. It restores your self-esteem if that's what you want. If you're okay not having hair, that's fine. But, like, for the people who want hair, a wig can be the cure for that. But it's not your hair. It is not the same thing. It doesn't feel the same. It just, nothing about it is like having real hair, the sensation and everything. And so that's the same thing. That's like a good comparison for, like, teeth. The best comparison I can come up with anyways, is that dentures are a good replacement if you don't have any teeth at all. It's not something you want to go out and, pull your teeth out to get, and say, oh, well, I don't want to deal with those teeth anymore. I want teeth like that, and that'll solve all my problems. Not quite. I mean, you're not going to go and shave your head bald just so that you can get a wig because you've got problems with your hair. You don't like your hair texture. You don't like the color. You don't like, this and that about it, whatever. So just shave it off and go get what you want. Like, it doesn't work that way. Well, it doesn't work that way with these either. There are consequences to losing your teeth. And I do my videos because obviously from my pictures, those teeth could not be saved. I mean, you didn't see the x-rays. I know what I was working with. They were like rotted out all the way to the core, could not be saved at all. I'd already had work done on them. That work fell apart. There was just no saving those teeth. And so I had no other option but dentures. And I think that like my saving grace in all of this was that I decided up front I'm not going to let this ruin me because, I wasn't excited about getting dentures. That wasn't like, yes, I get to get dentures. Like it was like the worst possible scenario for me. Like all my life, like that was like the end game. That was like the worst possible scenario was that one day I might have to get dentures. I might have to lose all my teeth and get dentures. So it's not like I like jumped for joy at the idea of getting dentures, but I knew that if this is a permanent thing and this is something that I'm definitely going to have to face whether I'll like it or not, then I'm going to put my best foot forward and I'm not going to let this stop me. I'm going to pick myself right back up and I'm going to deal with it with the best possible attitude that I can. And that is why I've had such a good experience, this far with my dentures and everything, is because I decided, no matter what challenges I face, whether I like them or not, like I'm going to make the best of it because like I've only got one life. Like and I'm not going to waste any more time of my life like beating myself up over the way I look and stuff, Like I already did that. So I committed to making it a good experience for myself. So I wanted to share that with everybody and let everybody know that if you have to do this, if you have to get dentures, if you have to lose your teeth, if they cannot be saved, it isn't the end of the world. You can still look good, you can still eat and all of that. But that's not me saying, "Oh, everybody should get them because they're just fantastic," because there's consequences. When you lose your teeth, your mouth starts changing, your face will start changing. That's just what happens. Your bone is only there because of the teeth. Once the teeth are gone, the bone starts disappearing. And that's when you start to see people's face like change and their lips start to disappear. And then you see this like getting shorter and, people just start to look older, you know, so much more rapidly than if they had their natural teeth. And so that's why everybody's encouraged, if you can by any means necessary save your teeth. I also understand how it is to be told, oh, well, you have to dump like 20 grand into your mouth to save them. You don't have 20 grand. You're not going to have it anytime in the near future. So what do? Do you continue to suffer in pain? Do you continue to like hide yourself in your house and not face the world? Like, you know what I'm saying? So I get that. It's tough, but it is what it is. This isn't something where you can go off and just dive into this like without even putting any thought. Seeing a girl on YouTube like she's got a nice smile, I want to have that because I have talked to people like that. I've talked to a lot of young people that say, "I want what you have. I'm tired of dealing with my teeth. I just want to pull them all out and just get dentures and just be done with it." And I'm sorry, it doesn't work that way. You need to really think about what you're doing and what you're getting yourself into before you jump into this. So, yes, it can be glamorous. Yes, it can restore dignity. It can restore functionality and all of that and, improve your quality of life if you need them. But don't go jumping into it and pulling teeth that can be saved. Even, a few teeth in your mouth is better than none. So since I made that video, I now have implants. These are not the dentures that I had in the video. Not long after that video, I entered a contest, and it was hosted by Dr. Golpa's Dental Implant Center in Las Vegas. And basically, I just, made a video saying why I would benefit from having implants, because that was always the plan from day one, was that eventually I would get implants of some sort. And I made the video, and then by that time, I had enough of a following on YouTube that everybody voted me through to the finish line, and I won implants. March of 2013, I flew out to Las Vegas, and I got the all-in-4 system. And basically what that is, it's just 4 implants on the bottom, 4 implants on the top, and then 2 full bridges that look a lot like a denture. So, I mean, people are confused as to what I have. Like, is it just the teeth that are implanted in there or what? No. All of the pink that you see right there, that is all part of the bridge setup. The only thing that differs from these and dentures is that they're not as bulky, they're flat, the surface is flat, and then the top, I don't have my palate covered. That area is exposed, and so eating is a lot nicer. I can taste my food a lot better. They don't come out, they are cemented in there. Only the dentist can take them out. Basically, when I go in for a cleaning or whatever, they just dig the filling material out of the access holes, and then they unscrew them, and then they pull them off, and I'm left with 4 posts here and there. And so they're very, very durable. Life is great with them. I just, this has been like the best thing that's ever happened to me, honestly. So um, I've got videos on my channel as to how all of that, panned out with the contest and going out to Vegas. And for everybody who still insists that like I've made this whole thing up for whatever reason, um, in my Vegas videos, I actually show myself toothless with just the implants, blood all over the place. I'm like, you know, and there's no denying that I have absolutely not a single tooth in my mouth. So I don't know what else to tell you. And so since that was the most viewed video that I have on YouTube, a lot of people are exposed to that video, some of which have nothing to do with teeth. And for the most part, I've had an overwhelming amount of support. People who aren't even going through this are like, hats off to you, you look great and stuff like that. I've had like a very, positive response to that video. But there's been some naysayers because this is YouTube, that's just the way it goes here. And a lot of the times, like if I get like a really nasty comment where somebody's just like bullying me, like very blatantly bullying me, then I'll just delete the comment. And if they keep it up, then I'll just ban them from my channel. And I can totally do that. Like I'm not like an employee of YouTube. I can do whatever I want. If you're insulting me, I'm gonna block you from my channel. That's just the way it works. But what I have to say to the naysayers and the people who want to be very negative about this, and the reason I'm even addressing this is because everybody who's going through this, who sees the comments, has to deal with your shenanigans too. And so I want them to know how I think about it. People who have nothing better to do than to pick apart your flaws are obviously trying to conceal some flaws of their own. And if we were allowed to come over their house, knock on the door, come on in, we would see that their life is not as perfect as they let it look on YouTube. It really isn't. There is probably not any shred of evidence that they are better off than you are. So don't let anybody knock you. Don't let anybody tear you apart because you're going through this, because I can guarantee they've got some skeletons in their closet that they're trying to hide, and they're using you as a scapegoat. So sometimes it bothers me, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes the negative comments, they irk me. Like when people say, you did drugs, like I know you did, but then I think, like, what are you doing on my video? Like, if your life is so great, like, why are you here? So anyways, I'm basically the comeback kid, so you can't knock me down. Like, I've already been at the bottom. I know what that looks like. I got right back up, and here I am, and I'm doing great. And so that's the way you need to look at it, is don't let other people, like, have control over your life and how you feel about yourself. You just brush that right on off and understand that, if they haven't had their day, it is coming. Trust me. And they don't want to be on the negative end of that, karma avalanche or whatever. So yeah, that's my update. Everything is great. Everybody, life is going good. I have like a ton of videos in the vault here. If you click my username underneath this video, then it'll take you to my channel. I've come a long way. I've been doing this it'll be 4 years in December. Life has, definitely been on the up and up ever since I decided to, take the plunge and do the unthinkable and get my teeth pulled and get dentures. But it has been very, very much well worth it. And in the process, I've met a lot of wonderful people online and been able to, share stories with them, hear their stories. And it's just been like a really beautiful thing watching the community of denture wearers on YouTube blossom. So there's a lot of other people out there that are doing these same kind of videos. They're very helpful. It's very brave of them to get out there and, put such a personal part of their life on display for the world. So I just want to thank everybody for coming by here and checking me out, and I hope this was informative. And like I said, just check out my other videos, and if you have any questions, then leave a comment in the comment section below, and you guys take care.